Thanks Athletic Greens for sponsoring this video. And here we have the star of today's show. This is a chuck roll. You see, this cut is not very good for steaks, but it is perfect for burgers. And the first thing to do is to slice it up. I like to make nice small strips because this allows my grinder to work less. The thicker it is, the more work the grinder will have. So I went ahead and went to town and sliced everything up. I was aiming for 1-inch thick strips. As you can see, once I was done, this is what I was left with. And if you've never grinded your own beef, let me give you some advice. Let it firm up on your freezer a little bit. That will give you a much better end product. As that was happening, this is the second star of today's show, and we all know it's all about the fat. I'm using the good stuff. Another big tip is to keep all of your equipment in extremely cold. As you can see, the whole thing was inserted overnight in my freezer. That way it will keep everything nice and cold. And to grind up today, I'm going to be using this big die. I just like the texture of bigger pieces. Now you can use a small die and even double grind if you chose. But for smash burgers, I really like the texture of just a bigger die. Now it's pretty straightforward. All you gotta do is go ahead and grind everything up. And to start, I kept everything separate. I first did the fat, then I moved on to the beef. And take a look at the beef. Even though there's a little bit of fat, but there's not that much. Nice and lean, just the way we like it. The fat, on the other hand, look, it's much wider, but it also have small pieces of meat, because this is the good stuff. Now here's how this experiment went down. Remember, I'm gonna be needing a good amount, so I went ahead and grind up the whole chuck roast, and to help my grinder even more, I cut everything in very small pieces, because I was about to put this thing to work. And the very first one was the control, which is what I usually do. I combined 80% of meat, followed by 20% of fat. The only thing left is to make some nice 3-ounce balls, and that was ready. The second one, we're gonna take it to a new level, because I'll be using 70% meat and 30% fat. They all went to the same exact process. Made some balls and the 30% fat was ready. Now the next one, we're gonna take it to a different level, and instead of using regular fat, I'll be using some butter. And the ratio is gonna be 20% butter. Now here's the tricky part. You gotta slice up this butter. I didn't want to pass it through the grinder. If I did, everything would just melt. So I went ahead and sliced everything up in small cubes and combined everything together. Because in the end, take a look, I was left with some incredible balls. And my hopes is that this is going to be the next best burger in the world. Because the next one is just crazy. When they say a burger is going to give you a heart attack, this is the one they're talking about. Because I'm mixing 50% meat and 50% fat. Now that is something you don't see every day. As once I was done, this is what I was left with. All of my balls are ready to go. Remember, I'll be using 2 3-ounce balls for each burger. And don't forget, we also gotta add cheese. Many people say that this is not real cheese, but trust me, it is the best for burgers. Now let's talk about the buns. I'll be using Guga's buns. I have the full recipe on a link on the description down below for you. Now there's one thing we cannot forget, and that is the sauce. And to make it, it's super easy, because I combined a good amount of mayo, followed by ketchup, a little bit of yellow mustard, and finished it off with Worcestershire sauce. Mixed everything well, and my sauce was ready. And it's the perfect sauce to go along with some burgers. Talking about that, the only thing left to do is to go ahead and cook up these balls. And here's how it's gonna go down. The first thing to do is to smash them up. And for that, I have upgraded my system to a smasher. I always like to put a little parchment paper right on top. This will ensure that nothing will get stuck. Then I'll be seasoning them with only salt and nothing else. Once I get a nice crust on the bottom and I see a little bit of juices flowing on the top, it's time to flip. Once that's done, I immediately go in with the cheese. I cover it up for 2 seconds, then I stack both burgers on top of each other and lay them down on the bun, resulting in an amazing burger. Because the only thing left to do is to cook about 20 of them. And I cannot wait to find out which one is gonna taste better. Because now I say, it is enough talking and it is time to make some incredible burgers. So let's do it.
These burgers look insane, and before we try them, because there's a lot to try, I want to thank today's sponsor, AG1.
This year, I made a commitment to invest in my health. But how do I do that, especially with the burgers you just saw? I mean, come on, I got a food channel, it's not easy. Well, I try to focus on the things that I can control. Now, I work out every day at 5 a.m. and I drink my AG1 by Athletic Greens. AG1 is a healthy addition to my life. It gives me the energy and immune support to accomplish my goals. It is a daily supplement that simplifies my health routine with 75 different ingredients including vitamins, minerals, superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens. It's pretty much your one-stop shop to cover your bases. Immunity, energy, and gut health. I really love that it helps me with performance and recovery because it's packed with superfoods and adaptogens including magnesium, which helps with muscle recovery. So invest in your health, man. Get your greens. Go to athleticgreens.com/GugaFoods to get started on your order. Athletic Greens are going to give all of my viewers 1 year of immune supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. It's that easy, guys. 1 scoop or travel packet, 8 ounces of water every day. That's it. And it tastes amazing. So go to athleticgreens.com/GugaFoods to get your first purchase and that free 1 year supply of immune supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs. Thank you, AG1, for sponsoring this video, but now let's get right back to it. All right, everybody, it's a beautiful rainy day, but we got burgers.
This is better than, this is really what's in charge of the setting today.
Yeah, he's doing a disservice. It's a dark and gloomy night in Miami, but these burgers, they captivate us all.
They made the day better.
Yeah.
We got an experiment going on, all right? I just want your honest opinion.
You see the smile on my face? I don't think this is gonna fade.
Hey.
Burgers, this is my jam.
Enough talking, let's give this a try. I'll tell you one thing, everybody. It is damn juicy, man.
Oh my god, this looks incredible.
All right, you know,
enough.
It's getting cold.
All
Let's
right,
go. Come on.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Woo! Wow.
It's the burger that changes my life every time I try it.
I know, right?
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
This is a life-changing burger, everybody. Just eat this. I'm telling you.
I don't have to try the rest.
No?
I know
This is the winner.
I know this is good. If this is the only burger I could eat for the rest of my life, I'm happy.
That's the baseline. That's the control. Let's see if it improves or declines from here. All right, let's go for the next one because I'm excited for this one. Let's see. Tell me if there's any difference. Pay attention to the texture. All right?
Okay.
Let's see.
Ooh.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
So good.
Really, really good. Juicier than the previous burger.
It is juicier.
Immediately, I just
think
get
so.
just a waterfall of juice.
Juicier, everybody. What does that tell you? This one is better. Yeah. So this one has 30% fat and the other one has 20% fat. More fat, more flavor. It's true, everybody. If fat is flavor, damn, I must be real delicious then. Let's go to the next one.
On to the
Right
next.
now. Yep. You ready, Leo?
I'm so ready, Google.
All right. Enough talking. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh,
It
wow.
tastes so different.
Yes.
It tastes
You
so
don't like
different.
it?
Oh, I like it.
I like this one a lot.
Like me and you, we
Yeah,
really like
yeah,
this one, Leo.
I like this one a lot.
No, the last two were so much better.
Hold on, I gotta go in for a check because it tastes different, and I think I know exactly what happened, everybody. And I
Oh, it
think
tastes just like butter.
this one is really good, but it has its own unique flavor, but it's not better than the other two. Would you agree?
I agree. I think that with this one, it emphasizes the beef more, whereas the previous one, it's more about the burger as a whole.
No, I think it ruins it.
You think it ruined it?
I think it does ruin it a bit.
So here's my theory, all right? This, instead of using regular fat, I use butter. As you guys know, under high temperature, butter burns. So I feel like it has a little bit of the burn taste from the butter.
I like the first one more,
Yeah.
but you can't disrespect this butter one like that.
Don't
this one's
disrespect
really,
the butter,
this
bro.
one's really good.
Don't disrespect the
I'm
butter.
a disrespectful man right now.
Oh my God.
Because I don't think it makes it any better, and I actually think it makes it a little worse. And I
You think so?
if that's the case,
No.
I don't think it's worth the hassle of doing whatever the hell Google did here.
I agree with you 100%. It does not make it any better, but it doesn't make it bad.
No.
But at the same time, burning the butter because you're cooking at an extremely high temperature gives a little bit of like a burnt flavor, smoky flavor. It's not worth it. It's not better. All right. So far, 30% fat is winning. Yeah.
30%
30%
and
is the
control are the kings today.
You ready for the last one?
I'm so ready.
All right. Let's find out right now.
We going?
Let's see.
We going.
That one is stupid juicy, everybody. This is
Oh,
crazy.
God.
Wow.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, guys.
Oh my God.
Holy sh! This one is rich, boy.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll tell you guys immediately, this one was done with 50% fat.
Damn.
I know, we're trying to kill you guys
That
over
was
here.
a lot of fat. This one is a step above in terms of like juiciness. I don't think that this is better than the 30%.
I think it's because you worry about your health, Leo.
No, it might be that. It might be that. But
I think Leo is like, oh my God, I'm about to die right here if I eat this 50% fat burger right here. That's what he's thinking in his head.
I like it a lot, but I just think like I get fat flavor. I get the richness from this burger, and it's not something I'm like accustomed to on burgers.
This is delicious. It's good, but maybe not recommended. Now, which one is the best? The winner?
30.
I think it's a 30.
30,
and
everybody.
control. 30 and control.
Control is great. 20% fat on your burger is perfect. If you want to go a little bit beyond, just go 30. No more than 30. Anyway, guys, these are the results. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe for future videos. Remember, if you are interested in anything I use, everything's always in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.
Peace out, guys.